Marcus C. Williams there. And it looks like we're having a solution issue. That's neither here nor there. We're doing this stream. Let's hope the stream quality picks up. So, right now we've got word that the COVID mandates and the shutdown protocols and the masking and the vax passes are all coming back. It's time for us to take a stand. It's time for us to stand up and push back. I need you guys to start unifying and gathering people together with like-minded individuals, business owners, friends, neighbors, whoever is concerned about these masking shutdowns and lockdowns. We must our county ledge and our county health officials when the ledge meetings are. The county health officials' letters, Dr. Mendoza is Monroe County, and push them to prevent lockdowns and masking and those shot protocols like they did last time. It's very important because if we do not take the initiative now, we will lose the initiative and it will all come back like it did last time, except this time it will be worse. So the masking that affects children's brains, the oxygen, the shutdown, their social skills being grown as well as their education, the havoc that was caused in the streets, the riots, the complete disregard for law. This is all coming back. And people need to get active now. So I encourage you all, collaborate with your friends, with your neighbors, and with whomever else may be interested in these type of things that we have to stop before they happen. If we don't stop them now, they will come back in full force. And if you thought last time was bad, it'll be worse this time because now they have the FedNow app that they can integrate in for making your money digital. So they can first force card purchasing and bank purchases through different apps and stuff like that. So this is very, very important, and people need to be cognizant of that. We see the uproar and the uptick in crime, the education of the children, and we lost 4 years of their life in education. So this is serious. These are serious issues that need to be addressed before they happen, before they come up as an issue. We see them very clearly that they are highly likely to be on the horizon. I was aware that they were coming before other people started saying they were coming. I tried to warn people. You know, as a matter of fact, I have been talking about they're coming back since last time. If we knew this time was coming, we should galvanize to this issue to prevent it from ever happening again. But people rested on their hands and they're like, oh, it's over now. So they got lulled into a false sense of security. And this is where we are. We are on the cusp of it happening all over again. That's why it's important for you to stand up, speak up, and not shut up. You got to take action. You got to get there together. We have to push back against this. So I encourage all of you that are in Monroe County or in your various counties to write to your county health officials, to write to your county executives. Tell them you do not want shutdowns. You do not want masking. You do not want the vax passes, any of that. You do not want the segregation, okay, that comes along with all of these things. We must push back now. I encourage you all. It's of the utmost importance that you stand up and you fight back now while there is still a chance before they get to fully implement what they are working on. I tell you, it is not something that will be good for us. It was not something that will be beneficial. You thought last time was bad. They just passed a bill in the state legislature in Texas talking about there won't be any shutdowns for any schools or any businesses or anything in Texas. They just passed that. They said, we're not shutting down sugar crackers, you know, and this is very important. But what's going on in New York, they're all very, 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 say, liberal. I mean, I guess that's putting it nicely. Really, they serve the elites and the big corporations as well as big pharma and what do you call it, the medical industrial complex. They don't actually care about you, me, public safety, public health, or any of it. It's all a big lie. So it's time for us to stand up now. We can't let them go back and shut down churches like they did last time. We can't let them shut down small businesses, nail salons, barber shops, small restaurants, leaving only the big corporations to benefit. This time it'll be worse than last time. So I encourage you, please, please, please stand up and speak up. And definitely don't shut up. Take action, work to unite, work to gather your friends, family, whoever, neighbors, business people you know. Everybody, we got to do this. We can't do this alone. My focus right now is on the crime and public safety issue. I'm not able to do this whole lift myself. Like, I want to fight all of this battle too, but I'm only one person. I only have so much time in the day. I don't have millions and millions of dollars backing me behind my back so that I can push for everything that needs to be pushed for. I need your guys' help. You got to stand up. You got to start gathering people together so we can push back against these shutdowns, against these masking, against these vax passes, against the closing of churches, against the shutdowns of schools, against the ridiculous film in between you and your grandparents when they're on their deathbed. Like, we have to push back against this. We can't go through, we shouldn't go through this again. We saw what happened last time. We know what happened. We got to stand up and we got to push back. Do not let this come again without you standing up ahead of time. And you're like, oh, well, I'm just not going to comply or whatever. No, it needs more than that. It needs you to take action and push back. You're not going to comply. You think that they're not going to come for you? You think that they don't have more plans than they had last time? Last time was a test run. This is a good show here. This time, come on now. Y'all better wake up. If you're asleep, you need to wake up. We don't need you to be woke. We need you to be awake. Okay? We need you to be fully cognitive of all your senses. This is real. And if it does get implemented, if it does come through, whether they say it's for COVID or for some new pandemic or whatever it may be, we have to be pushing back against this ahead of time. It wasn't reasonable last time, and it's definitely not going to be reasonable this time. There's going to be more constraints. There's going to be more serious issues. Like, and where do we have the money to try to bail people out and give them different monies and stuff like that? We gave all our money to Ukraine. Ukraine's got all our money, billions and billions of dollars. We've almost gave them $1 trillion. We've given them almost, what is it, $958 billion? That's almost $1 trillion. We're funding their whole country. We're funding their whole economy. We're paying for Zelensky and all of his captains and chiefs. We don't have the money for our own people. We're funding all of these illegal immigrants. What do you think is going to happen, bro? Like, this stuff is about to get really real. And let's just pray that it doesn't. Let's pray that it doesn't happen. Let's pray that we're able to stand up and push back enough against it ahead of time. Because the politicians are just going to roll over unless you stand up and push back. We cannot have the too late thing like it was last time. It needs to be nipped in the bud from the beginning. You got to get ready. You got to take action. This is a call to action from everybody that knows that that was wrong. We saw how they kicked all the nurses out of the hospitals, and then they're like, now they've got the nurses protesting like a couple weeks ago. Oh, there are too many people that are out there that are traveling nurses, and they're getting paid more than us. Well, of course, because where were you standing up for the nurses and the doctors and the medical professionals that were getting fired for not taking an experimental shot for which, if something were to happen to them, they wouldn't be able to sue the actual pharmaceutical companies that are producing the shot because Congress gave them a complete pass to be held harmless and not able to be prosecuted if something ends up being an issue with them because they only have experimental authorization. All of that is a fact. Go fact check it. I had a friend that got that stuff. He had a stroke the next morning. They found him in his basement 3 days later. I know multiple people that had that stuff, and they've had all types of complications, but you can't talk about that or they'll shut you down or deplatform you or whatever, but you can't talk about that. Okay, let's not talk about the shot itself. Let's talk about the medical industrial complex, how they don't give a crying monkey's uncle about you. All they care about is making a profit. We do not have a healthcare system in our country. We have a disease maintenance company, a disease maintenance orchestration in our country. They don't want you to get better. They don't want you to get healthy. They're not selling any cures. Okay? They don't want any of that. They want you to be continuously ill so that they can continuously get your money. Okay? Whether you believe in the shots or you don't believe in the shots, I don't care. We know for a fact that big pharma and the medical industrial complex makes money when you are not well. So why on earth would they want you to get well? Joe Biden just asked for more money to make more new COVID shots. From where? From what money? You just sent all our money over to Ukraine. Okay, you want to raise our taxes to make more shots so that the people that are in the medical industrial complex, Pfizer and Moderna and all the rest of them, can use our taxpayer money to make some stuff to sell it back to us at a high cost after we finance the freaking things to begin with for them to be created. Are we stupid as a nation? Like, and I'm just talking if you believe in the nonsense, right? That doesn't even go if you don't believe in it. Lord have mercy. Pray for New York State. Pray for Monroe County. Pray for Rochester. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I don't, because I don't know if we're going to be able to get enough people to stand up. I don't know if we're going to get enough people to speak up. I don't know that we're going to be able to get enough people to join forces or to make the level of difference and impact that we need to. Right now, I'm working on pushing people to get active, to push back to amend bail reform and raise the age. Speaking of which, next Sunday on the corner of West Main and Jefferson, 615 West Main Street at 3 p.m. next Sunday, that's September 3rd, in front of Assemblymember Demond Meeks' office. We'll be doing a rally to push to amend bail reform and raise the age laws, because he's one of our assembly people that refuses to amend those laws, even though two people have been shot dead right in front of his office. Somebody was strangled to death across the street from his office. He doesn't seem to give a flying monkey's uncle. He says everything is perfectly fine, even though we see that people are getting out on these appearance tickets and continuing to do more and more heinous and crazy crime, and encouraging others because they see that there's nothing that's going to end up happening to them. So this is what I'm working on right now, but we also need to stand up and we need to push back against the impending stuff that's coming through. I'm sorry about the camera angles. I'm working on this new camera, but we need some other people to come together and push back against these masking and stuff on the county ledge. I need y'all guys to write letters to Mendoza, the health director. I need you guys to write letters to Adam Ballo. I need you guys to write letters to and email and call your local county level officials, because we cannot allow this to happen again, you guys, because it's going to be worse this time. Not the virus or disease or fucking climate change. I don't even know what to blame it on this time. Whatever they try to blame it on is not going to be the real issue. The real issue is going to be the impact that they put with these new vax passes, these new shutdowns, these new ways to stretch and pull away more and more of your freedoms and liberties. We must stand up now. There is not much time left. And I just pray that it doesn't happen, that it doesn't come into fruition, that none of the shutdowns or anything come. But we can see it coming down the line right now. I need y'all to wake up. And that's what I got to say. If y'all feel like y'all want to take some action, message me, reach out. You can respond to this in a comment. You can message me. You can email me. You can call me, send me a text message. I'm not hard to get in contact with. I'll catch you guys later. Remember, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Take action. Be blessed and be